has finished making up this RS232 cable for the QL. So I've started the process. It's a little crude. I don't have the proper tool to push it in, so I'm just using a screwdriver, so it's a bit mashed up, but it should work. I've got some shrink wrap to go with those cables, and I've got a key here. I've been doing some work to try and figure this out. So I've got the first three, and then I've got another one in there. Move that one out of the way. So I've got down to the orange. Now I've got to get the orange and white. And then I'll just, this is number 4, and I'll just get the screwdriver and push it down to crimp the cable. Like I say, it's not great. Doing a final electrical test, and all good so far. Let's just test the final one. Blue and white. All looks good. Okay, so that looks okay. For now, I'm not gonna put the shrink wrap on there. I think I will cover this bit, and I can't know why that's got that electrical tape on there, but hey, it is what it is. I think I might get rid of it. Well, maybe not. For now, I think I'll just leave it there, because it's not a very nice looking cable, but I don't care. At the moment, it's just functional. So we put that on there first. Make sure that lines up okay. Yeah, that's good. Depth-wise, let's just screw that up a little bit. Okay. That's that end. Like I say, I'm not going to do that other one up just yet in case there's problems. Right, let's get the QL on the case. So I'm going to make up a simple composite video cable for the QL. I've got the pinouts here, so it's an 8-core, 8-pin DIN. Most of them you don't need. I mean, you can rig up a SCART and stuff like that, but I think for what I need, a composite should be enough. And hopefully it will enable me to record some of the video on the PC, which would be nice. It's easier to present stuff. Anyway, that's the plan. So let's just quickly make up this cable and see whether it looks any good. I just don't know. So yeah, simple affair. Put that in there. The only slightly annoying thing is I can only find red. I wanted to find a yellow one, but red's gonna have to do. Yeah, it goes against the grain somewhat, but who cares? It'll be fine. This one is really mashed up. Quite sure what it was used for, but it was probably used for dozens of things in the past, and it's been reworked and redone and who knows what. So let's just try and give it a new life in the QL. That's one end, not the neatest job, but hey. So, looking at the back of this, what is it? 2 is ground. That's that one down the bottom there, and 3 off to the left. It's actually labelled, which is labelled weirdly. Yeah, it's 3. It is labelled. That's good. Sometimes these aren't. So what I'm going to try and do is, using the hands-free, the magic hands, whatever you want to call it, do it this way so that I can hang on, sorry, one sec, let me just trim these wires a bit. Yeah, so if you put the magic hands, the crocodile clip on there, you can sink some of the heat away. So obviously this is plastic and it's very, very easy to start melting things. So that would not be good. In fact, there's something in there. Let me just get my solder sucker. Like the other one, looks like there's a whole ton of crap in there. Right, so there's the cable such as it is. Let's test it out. Ah! Okay, so that's the monitor connection in. It looks a lot better. So if I go to F1 monitor, it seems to be black and white. I'm not sure whether that's supposed to be that. It might be. It might only be monochromatic on the output, but as you can see, it's a lot more stable. The image quality is a lot better. So I might have to make up a SCART cable for the color version of that. But that's good. So monitor TV. So if I say monitor, yeah. So that as you can see, that goes to 80 line, 80 column. If I refresh that again and go to TV, it goes to 40, I think. There you go. Which is really cool. I mean, the image quality is amazing, even though it is mono. I'm pretty sure I read somewhere that it's mono. But yeah, so we progress. Next thing is to get the serial hooked up. So I've found a program, simple basic program on the internet, and okay, so it sets the baud rate to 2400 baud. It opens. I've got to open the port. It is 8 and oops, what's it called? CER2. Oops, 2. Okay, and then we're going to grab ASO. Where's the flipping thing? I found it. So I'm going to grab text from port 8, and we're going to print that out. So it sets that string variable. Bad line. Oops. There we go. That's quite cool. It's got error checking as you do it. I haven't really played with it much. So we're going to go back to that line there to get the next one. Oops. So that's the thing. So we set the baud rate to 2400 baud. We open up port 8 to serial 2. We get a string variable, set a string variable to what's coming in from the text in port 8, print it out, and then go to back to there. So that go to there, it says go space 2. That's odd. So I wonder if this runs. Okay, so that runs, and now I've got this copy of real term, which is a great little editor, little texting. There we go. Oh, there is data. There is data. So I don't quite know what the data is, but let's see what I've set this to. So that's 8. I might have to set this. I have to play around with this a little bit, change that. So port is 2400 3 8. So no parity 8. Data bit's 1 stop bit. There's no flow control there. Oh, there we go. That's better. So it wasn't set properly. So if I do that, so R rich retro, well, sort of retro scrolling. Well, that works. I mean, there's data, which is quite cool. Quite like that. Okay, so how do you? This is a good question. How do you actually exit the how do you exit a QL basic program? Well, obscurely might be control space. It is control space. Whoa, what was all that about? Wow. So let's list the program we've got. That's the program we got in there. So that's the program. Everything's falling to pieces. Right. So that's the cartridge we had working before. Let's put it in there. Save. MDV1 serial test. There you go. Got too many flipping computers. There's an admission. Too many computers, and I can't deal with all of them. Okay, so that's saved to disk, which is good. So the next thing is we've got the serial port already open on the PC. So in theory, because we didn't close it, if we do 8 and write test to that, we don't get anything on there. Right, we finally got somewhere. Let's have a look at the program. I had to modify it a little bit, and I moved over to serial 1. The baud rate is still 2400. I should just say apologies. I also can't find the cable. This is the video cable I made. It's apparently the wrong one. Doesn't work. So there we go. Anyway, so I've set the baud rate to 2400. Opened serial port 1, and I've added a bit of extra code in there to say that you got the string coming in from channel 8, which is open there, and it's saying that if there's something there and code, which is the equivalent of the ASC command, the ASCII value is not 13, i.e. a carriage return, then it'll print the value, and that semicolon there is printing in line, so it doesn't do a carriage return. If it's a carriage return, you just do a print. So that's fine. I've set my terminal emulation to 2400 baud, parity 0, 8-bit data, no hardware flow control, and 1 stop bit. So hello and welcome. Oh, that's an exclamation mark. This is a test that works. Nice. So that's cool. That finally works. I've got to do the test going back the other way now. Let me show you that going back the other way. So if I just cancel that, clear the screen, this is the program again. And if I do a list to channel 8, let me show you what comes up on the terminal emulator. So there's a terminal emulator, and if I do a list, the data is pushed out. The formatting is a bit messed up, but it works, which is really nice. It's nice to see data going back both ways. I have a feeling that my serial port 2 is not working properly. Serial port 1 seems to, so that's good. That's good news. I've experimented with other baud rates, and it's certainly a little bit more unstable when you get to 9600 baud. But it is what it is. 2400, that's probably good enough. The next thing to do is to work on a serial file transfer program. So essentially a PC application where you can load stuff on the QL and then use a PC to essentially upload whatever program it is. So there'll have to be a super basic program that will take that data stream and write it to a file, I suppose. That's the next step. Anyway, stay tuned. Cheers.